Arizona State clinches themselves a trip to the Big 12 championship. They beat Arizona 49-7, 600 total yards of offense, 200-yard rushers, a 100-yard receiver. I mean, when I'm looking at this game and I'm watching it, Arizona was just drowning, man. They've just been drowning for weeks now. No Fita does not have a lot of help on that offensive line. They have no run game. Defensively, they are lost without Johnny Nansen and the talent that they had in that secondary in front seven last year. This this was a very, very, very disappointing year for Arizona. And it was actually a team that I was very high on in the preseason. I leaned to the over, the over under what was 7.5 wins. And I thought that there was a good chance that they were going to
We,
exceed
we
that
picked that
total.
at 8. We picked that at 8, I
We
think.
picked it at 8. I thought there was a really good chance that they were going to go over that number. I just couldn't get myself to put money on it, right? Because there was a lot of change. There was a head coaching change. There was offensive line change. There was a lot of personnel change on the defensive side of the ball. But yeah, Arizona going into this offseason, they need to get that offensive coordinator hire right because you have talent there right now that, I mean, this is not good. This was not good. So I'm looking at this for Arizona State though on their side, and like this is a team that's ready to win the Big 12. They're not ready to win the national championship, but they're ready to win the Big 12. If they keep the ball on the ground with Cam Scadaboo, if Sam Levitt keeps holding on to the football and making good plays and big time throws, which he has done week in and week out these past few weeks, there is a really, really good chance. Arizona State, by the way, is favored in that game against Iowa State, which I agree with, by the way. Still determining whether or not I want to put that on the best bet, but I like Arizona State in that game against Iowa State. I think Arizona State is in year 2 of Kenny Dillingham. Who in their right mind thought that I was about to say what I'm about to say right now is Arizona State is one game away, and they're favored in that game to make it to the college football playoffs.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, for Arizona, we talked about them having to get out to a good start. Do not let Arizona State do what they have done to a lot of teams in the Big 12, and that is start fast and start early. And it wasn't even like crazy turnovers. Yeah, it was, you didn't quite get the fourth down conversion, the missed field goal, but that wouldn't have stopped the bleeding, though. Like, it was just Arizona State driving down the field, efficient, explosive plays, and just scoring at will, finishing in the red zone. 35 points at halftime, and that was the game. I don't have too much more else to add to it, other than when Scadaboo, like you said, when he's running the ball well, or they're actually committing to him running the ball because he always runs the ball well because he's freaking awesome. And then Levitt, taking care of the football. It's a dangerous team. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, Jordan Tyson's good to go. It sounds like he won't be for that Big 12 championship game. He has been dynamic for them as of late. But if you continue to play well defensive like you have, and you continue to take care of the football, yeah, you said it, man. It's a dangerous, dangerous team. And then all of a sudden, you're in the playoffs. Damn it, you're in the freaking playoffs. Kenny Dillingham, Coach of the Year, give it to me. He has to be. I mean, nobody gave him a chance. I didn't even think they'd win 5 games, and here they are at 10-2. Regardless of what happens next week, he deserves a ton of credit. You better give him an extension. You better give him resources to succeed, because even when he has limited ones, he has taken advantage of them. And for Arizona, yeah, you said it, man. A lot has to change, and change quickly, because Brent Bennon's back. Yes, good news, I think, for Arizona, but stuff has to change, and he has to change his best, and I hope he will, because there's talent there in that state. There's talent there on that roster. I know you got picked. I know you got a bad spot, but with Fafita and Conley and McMillan and some guys you had there returning, right, that were on that team from a year ago, and you couldn't quite get it done. It was tough. It was tough, but here we are, Arizona Wildcats, 4-8. Arizona State is now 10-2. It was a little revenge game from last year because you kind of got beaten down, a couple of nights ago. But yeah, here we are.
These are my notes, things that I typed verbatim, okay, into my notes preseason about their schedule draw. All right, I said, this schedule is brutal. Thank God they get Wyoming at home. That is the level, and it's not. I'm not finished, by the way. That's like the level that I thought the talent of this team had. Right, going to San Marcos is not going to be easy. Also, by the way, it ended up not being very easy. They don't get to draw themselves or Houston. That was the level of talent that I thought was on this football team, and here we are. Incredible job by Kenny Dillingham.